Hi guys, it's Pascal here, and in this video I just want to answer a question that normally comes up a lot, and a lot of people send me loads of emails. So I just pick the ones that are more common, and today's one is I don't have the money to start a business online. And this is very typical for anybody that is looking to start business and they don't, because usually when we are looking to start a business, first of all, we are always in debt already. We never start when we have money, so that's okay. So if that's where you are, just know that you're okay there because that's where a majority of the people in the training, even my mentors, that's where we all started. But it wasn't like as if it's bad, but it's just that we knew what we wanted. Now, if you're in the phase of you're thinking you don't have the money, I want you to understand something. What made us start, and why can't you use the same system and get yourself started? It's one thing, understanding what is called priority. Most people don't really understand that the necessity of having a business. They just think it's something, you play on the side. So it's never really at the top of the par. It's something that you really want. They never really go for it. So what I normally say to people in this phase is it's very simple. I just want to give you some sort of an illustration so that you can understand what it means. Now I want you to imagine this scenario, that you are the father in a house, you got wife and 2 kids, and you are the breadwinner. And obviously your wife works, but her income does not, she just supports you in some of the bills, but you are the main person that takes care of the majority of the bills. And every month, as soon as you pay your bills, you only have like 200 or 100 bucks left to carry you on to the next month. And you start to go to work on this day, and on top of you always drive to work. So on top of a bridge, your car breaks down, and it's a gearbox problem. And to fix that gearbox is £1,000. Now you look at your bank account, there is no money. And you look at the only way you're going to get to work tomorrow is you will need to catch a cab. And for you to do this, it's gonna cost you let's say for instance 20 quid every day, and your next paycheck is within the next 20 days. So that's like £600 if you keep on going. But to fix this gearbox is £1,000. So if you allow this to carry on, you definitely need to pay at least 1,600 if you don't fix it on time. Now, what do you do? What would you do at this point? And your car is left on top of the bridge. It's not that it can move. It can't move anymore. What would you do at this point? I guess I know what it is. You look for ways to find the money and fix the gearbox as soon as possible. Now, why would you do that? Because all of a sudden, you realize there is a priority. If not, things are not going to work out well. You make it a priority to fix the car. Every other agenda that you have within the week, if you get to work that day, what will be on your mind? You'll be there, but you're thinking about how to raise $1,000. You'll be calling people. You call your friends. You borrow money. Maybe the people that you owe them again. You might even talk to your colleagues straight away. Can you loan me money at the end of the month? When to get paid, I'll pay you off. And all. You will do something radical just to get that car sorted as soon as possible, because it gives you a lot of convenience to go to work. And because you're now doing something, you're not going to do something outside your comfort zone, which is by catching a cab or doing it all over. And you're going to be spending a lot more in the long term. It might be if you want to catch a bus, you might need to wake up an hour early to catch the bus in order to get to work on time. So you understand that your routine has been disrupted. There's been a pattern interrupt. So what do? you make it a priority straight away. It's the number one agenda in your mind. You want to fix it. You will call people, you borrow money, you will do all sorts of things to raise that $1,000. It's very simple. Now, why would you do that? Let me tell you how this all works out. This is where what you're doing at that point, by making that a priority, is you are applying the law of success, which you are not doing right now, but which, if you're going to start your business, that's what you need to do. Now, what is the first thing? You have a desire, a burning desire to fix the car. That is the starting point of all achievements. That in your mind, there's nothing. Before, if you go to work, you'll be thinking about what you do at work. But on that day, you'll be thinking about, how do I raise the money? How do I get this car off this bridge? How do I tow this car away from here? How do I get it to garage? That's your thoughts. You will not think of anything else. Now, that's the first thing, is the starting point of all achievement. It's desire. You've developed it immediately because there's an immediate, urgent need. Then the second point is definite. You know how much you need to fix a gearbox. So when you're making a call, you're telling them exactly how much you need. So if you're going to start a business online, you need to know exactly how much you need to make, in order to be financially free. Maybe it's to just replace your income. So most people don't understand this. Most people think that they just want to make money. It's too vague. It's not crystal clear. That's what I'm saying. It's all. These are the two main key points of all achievements. You gotta have a definite desire, and definite purpose, and a burning desire for its achievement. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, he said, if you have these two things, you will succeed. So how can you develop this desire when you don't have it at all? So how did we create this desire and hunger to succeed, even though we were not in that state? There's only one way to do it. You imagine the worst case scenario. If you keep doing what you're doing now, what will work out? In my case, I'll give you a very clear picture of what I had, which made me, there was no reason why I shouldn't start. There was a TV or movie or something I was watching, and they had that there was a child was stabbed on the street of London, and I'm like, and the mother of that child came on the news and said, she blames the police, fell short, and she was talking about the law failed her, they failed the boy, and all that. I have sympathy for her, don't get me wrong, but for me, that sank a deep feeling into me now. If it's me that this happens to, who would I blame? Why can't I spend time with my children now? Am I blaming the government for not taking action now to prevent something that will happen tomorrow? I'm not saying that my son is going to be stabbed or my daughter is going to be doing anything on the streets, kidnapped or anything. But you just have to understand that what can you do to minimize damage because you don't know what's going to happen. If you don't know who your children hang out with, how would you know? When you're at work, you're not going to know. You just be coming back home telling them, I'm tired, and they'll be growing 7, 8, 10, 15, 20. That's it. And next thing, that's when you start think of retiring, that you expect them to come and stay at home with you. What would they tell you? And like, I need to go to work, I got an appointment. They're running away. That's what you trained. You trained somebody to behave, do the same thing that you've just done. So these are the two things that I'm like, I'm not spending time with this boy. So if he grows up now, he's just basically gonna get a job, and when I need him, he's not gonna be here. So what am I doing? I started to change the way. I need to change myself first in order to change him. I can't change him first. I need to change myself first. So these are the things that I began to understand, that if you are looking to change a circumstance in your life, you need to change some things. You need to understand how to make that a priority. So when I became scared of that, I'm like, I don't want to live with regret. Even if it happens or even if it doesn't happen, at least let it be that I gave it a shot with everything I've got. And the other problem you will have is, what is the right time? There is never a right time. The right time is always now. As long as you can breathe, it's the right time. Move with whatever you have, wherever you are. Just take that first step. That's where the quote comes from. Journey of 1,000 miles, because you don't know whether you're going to succeed. It's 1,000 miles for you, but you know you have this problem and you need to make it a priority, and that will give you fulfillment in life. And guess what? Once the very first day, the first 2 weeks, the first month that you embark on this journey, you will feel so much alive. You will feel so much that you are in control of your life. And that's a feeling that you cannot put a price to. 1,000, 2 million is nothing to it. Because you just discovered who you are, who you were born to be. Because you just took control of your life. You just stepped outside your comfort zone. You did something that you've been afraid to do all your life. You've been living in fear. You just broke free. It's like freedom. That's what it is. I don't have money. It's paralysis. You're paralyzing your thoughts. It's very basic, guys. Create out of the abundance of your heart, your mouth to speak. Keep singing it. I don't have money. Where do you think the money will come from? You will never see an avenue where money will. Opportunities will be coming in front of you. You won't see it. Why? You're speaking it every day, every day, every day. You need to change a few things. That's why it's important to surround yourself with people who do what you do. And that will encourage you, help you, because you need to ask for help. It's there. Ask and you shall receive. Because maybe you're thinking now that you need to figure out, you need to know every single step that you need to take. I need to know the price of the product. I need to say, what would I be selling? But all those things, I'm telling you now, those ones are not important. The most important thing is for you to make it a priority. Then this whole thing will be show up on the journey. I wish you all the best. If you want to join my webinar where I share strategies of online business marketing, Google Tag Manager, Facebook tracking, all these things, live. I don't mean like recorded. I mean like you ask me questions, I show you what I do, I look at what you're doing, and I guide you. I just give you from my own data what I've experienced so you can know what windows to operate on. I share that on my webinar every weekend, Saturday. So if you're happy to get involved, get yourself involved there, man. It's something that there's abundance everywhere. There's so much opportunity online. It's just that people are so afraid. Because if you knew crystal clear that you will succeed, would you find the money? Yes, you will. 100% certain, 2 years from now, you will be making $10,000 a month. What would you do in this moment? It's action. That's what's holding you back. Take the action. I wish you all the best. Take care. Bye-bye.